As always, this will contain some spoilers for the weekly manga log. I just wanted to say that again real quick before I got too far into it. I forgot to say it in the first go, so I'm gonna like sneak this into somewhere in the beginning. Sorry about that. Hello everyone. Hello. I'm waving. Hi. So this week I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 manga volumes. This time I read a lot of Toriko, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's start with Quintessential Quintuple 24. This one I just actually read. I thought that the festival arc was pretty much what you'd expect. Someone goes missing, some people get scared. The interesting twist was how he has that wig on, and then right here, she falls for him. I thought that was pretty interesting because he thinks that, you know, this is a different guy than the main character. So that was interesting. Then she's chasing him down, and it added another level of it at the ski lodge. Someone goes missing in the ski lodge, yada yada yada. The best part of this volume, though, in my opinion, was right here, where it shows more of the wedding. So I'm really excited to see that. They are teasing more about the main character's past. So I'm pretty excited about that too. It was a kind of a cop-out how he just gets sick at the last minute, and so he can't dance with anybody. I was like, man, who's he gonna choose? Because like the short-haired girl, Ichi, hold on here. Let's get my Ichika was like kind of falling for him, and Miku wanted to dance with him to begin with, so that was the plan. And then she found out that like, oh, you want to dance with him because then you're gonna be married to him. So then she's like, whatever. But still, I feel like, you know, it was pretty okay. I like the last one a little bit better than this one, the volume 3. Volume 4 was just kind of ho-hum, you know, it was nothing that I didn't really expect to happen, except for that twist at the end where it goes back to the future. And yeah, it was good, a good read, but not one of my favorites of the... Sorry about that, battery died. Girlfriend's using the camera for her YouTube channel that she actually recently started, and it's her camera, so that's probably makes sense for her to use her camera. But anyways, so this is one that I just read, volume 4, and there's only 2 more left before it goes into the wedding covers. These are the last 2. I'll probably read one of them this week, and then the other the week after. My main goal for this upcoming week is to try to finish Toriko. Toriko only has 43 volumes. I'm at 30. I just read 36, so I'm on 37. So this is what I'm after. Toriko was awesome. I loved these volumes. The first 3 of them were all about how they had to go to the Monkey King, and also a little bit of a finish up for the Heracles in the Hex world. I really liked how Komatsu got taken out here, because usually, you know, Komatsu doesn't get injured no matter what, but in this one he gets taken out right here at the last second by Teppei, and you know, of course you don't really see that coming, so that was awesome. They also kind of show you how to get into the astral plane, which I thought was an interesting twist. I didn't really see that coming at all. So in this one they have to go on this nice little shark train, see it at the bottom right there, and find this ingredient called pear, and they have to fight all these monkeys, but the monkeys aren't allowed to attack unless they've given orders by their general. There's 4 quadrants, so these monkeys killed themselves because they broke the rules. Each monkey is good at a specific martial art. This guy's Ai, and he uses a sword, his tail sword. He's really cool. This monkey I thought was weird. He's just like this big mountain of monkeys, and you later find out that they're cells, and then when he comes out to his true form, he's like this beast. He reminded me a lot of a Centaur Uzaru from Dragon Ball Z. So I thought that was really cool. And they kick his ass pretty easily, which is nice. This is a picture of the Monkey King. The Monkey King is the guy, he's one of the 8 kings and he rules the island. You can see he got royally pissed off because he just wants to play games. He's a big prankster. And he thought that they were playing hide and seek, but then nobody's going to find him. And so he got mad. He's like, they're not playing. And when he's mad, he gets so mad that it actually makes everybody shit themselves. And they think they're going to die. So their lives flash before them. Which is very, like, I don't know, very thrilling. I also really liked how they had to learn how to use the monkey martial arts. Here's a few of the cooler monkeys. I like the poop pansy. That was hilarious. And they've got a few of the other ones like Magic Monkey, Flaming Ape, Aged Ape, and then Birdie Kong, which I thought was funny. He's this ripped bird monkey. So I really love all these monkeys. It's like meme city. So I loved it. They also tease a little bit more about the nitros and how they're named after the ingredients in these volumes too, which is really cool. So you can see the cells here. Their whole thing is that they have to get their cells unified. That's how you do monkey martial arts. And if you can get your cells to do the same thing, then you can kind of live. They find out that pear is actually the Monkey King's balls. And so they're trying to get the Monkey King's balls the whole time. And so that was just a hilarious concept. Then was 35. 35, you find out that the Monkey King is actually just trying to perform a dance. And that's his true form, actually. So they're all there trying to perform the dance. But they don't know how it goes because they could see everything except for like the last step at this ancient civilization. And so once they do the whole dance, except for the last step, the Monkey King gets pissed. So you can see them dancing here. And like they really hype you up because they're like, they are like talking about it, you know, the whole time. And then I'm like, oh shit, that means they're not gonna do it, are they? And then all of a sudden they fail it and he freaks out. And so they have to then kind of beat him. And so they try to like actually beat him by using their fight. They don't really win, but what happens is the pear does drop, which I thought was like really weird because his testicles just like detach. And Komatsu has to catch one in the like astral plane or at the backside, and Toriko has to catch one in the living world, and they have to catch them at the exact same time. And so I thought that was really cool. And then Komatsu's just straight up dying. But then they make it in time to him. Toriko reaches to the other side, gets Komatsu's heart and puts it back inside of him, which was really nice. And yeah, so that was really cool. Then they all dance and drink. Oh, and this I thought was the best. So instead of like the flying Nimbus from Dragon Ball or Journey to the West, they use the flying Nimbutt. And what it is, it's the Monkey King's crap. And he just shits it out right there. See, there he goes, poot, and it all comes out, and then it's a flying shit, and they all ride on it. And so I thought that was hilarious. Komatsu's getting cooler and cooler because he's learning how to actually do. Well, he doesn't learn how to do it. He just shows off that he knows how to do these things, like prepare these legendary foods, better than even the Nitro. And I thought that was awesome. This was a funny thing because they drink the balls and it turns them into the opposite gender, so whoever drinks it will just gender bend. And so you can see everybody, they're grabbing for their dick and balls and they're gone. They're like, why do I have tits? It's pretty funny. But then you can also see the spirit world people pop up, people who died in the past that are clinging to this world. So that was really cool too. And everybody meets back up with them that was really somewhat important to the story in the past. And they're going to try to finish Asia's menu. I think that's how you say his name. This one wraps up the Monkey King arc. They find the gold chef Gigi, who is like cousin, what's his name? It or Thing? I forget, from the Addams Family, where it's all hair. And they have to go, they split up, which I thought was awesome. So Komatsu's on his own. You know, the four kings kind of separate too. That was really cool. And so Komatsu ends up staying on this big shellfish. They go underwater to get there. They have the yellowtail submarine, which is like a pun off the yellow submarine, which was neat. It's too bad they left the shark train behind because I really like the shark train. But that's okay. And he has to pretty much go into Bermuda Triangle to find this gigantic fish with all these other chefs. So it's going to be really a cool arc to show off, or a cool stop to show off Komatsu's strength to the other chefs since they last saw him. They also have these interesting 4 chefs here, or 5 chefs rather, who are the 10. They're pretty much like the 5-star chefs, but of this place, so they're really good chefs. If you aren't able, to compete with them, then a spirit will take over your body for its possession. You can see it right there, unless you wear a special talisman, but none of them do have it. So that was interesting. I liked how this kid, he's like gotta go to the bathroom and he sees Komatsu and he wants to get the signatures from the chefs from the human world. And so he's talking to Komatsu and he's talking to so much he just pisses his pants because he forgets he has to pee. That was pretty funny. But yeah, it looks like there's some possession going on, which is pretty cool. Like Love here is possessed, which is neat. So it'll be interesting to see how this fight goes with all of the main chefs from the human world fighting these guys. I'm interested to see the type of food they make. Because Toriko, even though it's like in a fantasy, it still has like a lot of cool foods. Even though we can never make them because they're based off of ingredients that don't exist in the real world, but still, they're neat. It's like a more imaginative Shokugeki no Soma meets One Piece or Dragon Ball. So that's good. I'll probably, like I was mentioning, try to finish Toriko within this week or next week. Just depending on what this upcoming haul is going to bring. I'm getting like 8 boxes this week, which is like annoying because they're not here yet, and I need to make some videos this week. So my videos might be a little delayed this week, but we'll see. They're supposed to get here tomorrow, and I have been releasing Tuesday and Thursdays now, so hopefully Tuesday and Thursdays comes up before, and I can make the videos and everything the day before. Not something I like to do, but something I might have to. The next 2 I got here are Jujutsu Kaisen, JJK. I got 0 in my last haul, so I read through 0. 0's like a prequel. It shows off Goju's like squad that he's kind of training here. It shows off the second years in the current timeline as first years, and this one guy who is newer, who is a special grade sorcerer. It's really cool. He uses this, his friend Rika, to control the demons. Or sorry, not the demons. Just to control that one demon and take people out. It's pretty much Gojo versus his old friend, and then at the end he supposedly kills him. But if you're up to date in Jujutsu Kaisen, you know that he actually did not kill him, which makes sense because he's got a really cool power where he can just control other curses. And so he wanted to kill that kid to get his curse, Rika. But obviously that didn't turn out. So I thought this was a pretty good read. It's just the prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen, pretty much the one-shot that got everything started. Definitely worth a read if you have any interest in Jujutsu Kaisen. I would say it's pretty much mandatory. It really fleshes out the characters a little bit more, which is nice. Next is Jujutsu Kaisen number 8. This is the most recent one that came out. I think 9's on its way. But it wraps up the part here where these guys came and tried to kidnap and kill them. But obviously, you know, they defeat them instead. You know, you can't really defeat Yuji and Kugisaki and Fuchigoro. They're pretty OP. But it's really cool to see Suguro Geto and Gojo kind of go at each other. As like, this also jumped into the past. I had a lot of like flashbacky manga to read, I guess, for JJK. So this is when Gojo and what's his name, Seto, Suguro Geto. I'm like thinking Sendo Kaido. So Gojo and Geto as students. So I thought that was really neat. You can kind of see how Gojo used to be, which is really cool. But like, it ends with him getting stabbed here, which is like not anything too crazy to me because you know he lives, since he's in the future, which is the present. So whatever, you know, I'm like, oh no, he's stabbed. How will he bullshit his way out of it with his infinite power? So I was not worried at all about that. It's cool how they show off more about the barriers and how things work, how this guy became the principal, how I think his name's Tendo works, and he's like invincible. Tengen, not Tendo. Tendo is from that pink-haired manga guy, Kurosaki or Sai. It's the one that starts with a P, and he's like a psychic, and it was on Netflix, and I really liked it. But they didn't finish the dub. I don't like the dub for a lot of things, but for that one, there's too many words going on the screen. I have to like watch the dub to understand what's happening because people like talk over each other in that show. So because he hears all the voices at once. Saiki Kusuro, that's his name. So yeah, that's Tendo. Anyways, next I read Kuroko's Basketball, 19 to 20, and you know this covers the end of the Yosen game, which of course they win. You know, he gets into the zone, and Murosama Kibara actually gets into the zone too, which I thought was kind of a twist. But, you know, obviously, of course, Kagami's going to get into the zone to win the game. I really wanted Iron Will to do something more, but he really doesn't. I don't understand what the move he has is called, Meteor Jam. It, like, I'm going to try to find it, but, like, literally, I was just like, what? All he did was, like, that's it. And I'm like, okay, it's just a slam dunk. Like, I was like, what? So, maybe I just, because I'm not watching the anime, I just saw him go like that, and then it just says Meteor Jam, and then it's a slam dunk, and I'm like, so it's just a normal slam dunk? I don't understand what makes it good. The other interesting fight was, of course, Rakuzan. They get to show him off a little bit more. So Rakuzan is playing against, I forget what their team name is now that I'm trying to think of it. But anyways, the guy with the glasses and the tape fingertips, it's like Shujuku or something like that. Let me see. I'm going to feel a fool if I don't actually say it right, but I won't ever say it right, so don't worry, guys. But yeah, you know, yeah, there you go, Shutoku. That was it, Shutoku. So you get to see Akashi and what he's all about for the first time. And so that was neat. You know, it's neat and everything like that. But, like, you know they're going to lose before it even starts because Kagami's got to go against Akashi. Like, there's no way it's not going to. So, to see Shin and Naka kind of go at each other was neat. They ended on a cliffhanger, of course. I believe it was a cliffhanger. Yeah, it was. And so, that was cool. I was really annoyed about Kisei's match, though. It was just, like, so ridiculously fast. So they bring out this guy who's exactly like Kisei, except he's like a huge dick and he's like really violent on the court. And they kind of build him up at the beginning of the like before the game starts, saying that he's gonna take Kisei's spot, and Kisei's like, "You're not taking my spot, dude. I'm the Miracle Generation. I'm the copycat man." And then like he starts to win barely, and then Kisei's just like, "Nah, I'm gonna try now," and then he just totally destroys him. And so I was like, okay. You know, it was like maybe 2 or 3 chapters long, and I'm like, man, that was too short. They really tried to build the guy up, but like I couldn't have cared less because you know, he just got smashed. That being said, there's only 30 volumes of this, so I have 5 2-in-1s left, which is 10 manga. I don't think I'll finish this too soon, but after Toriko, that's probably going to be the next one I finish. Though I might be able to catch up on... No, there's a lot. There are like 12 quintuplets, and then I think 13's coming out already. So I'll probably do Toriko first, then Kuroko Basketball. I'll try to do 2 Kuroko this week, but I don't know. Kuroko's hard to read sometimes because it's a thicker book, so it's kind of more fatiguing. Even though it's like a 2-in-1. I feel just like more committed to the second volume when I read through it, versus Toriko. I feel like I can really take my time through them. But yeah, so that was what I read this week. Did you guys read anything that I read this week? Did you read along with anything? What did you think? Anyways, leave a comment below. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for my next weekly manga log. Bye.